What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you're all having a good weekend so far. Today I wanted to talk about the fear of failure. I don't think I've talked about that on this channel at all, but I think that we all, whenever you do something new or something you're unsure of, anything really, you're going to have an unknown fear, which is a good thing. That's just your body telling you like, hey, we need to be extra cautious here because we're in a new environment. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's just be careful. But I think sometimes that fear, especially in certain people, can override us into not even putting ourselves in that environment when that's where we need to be, and that's where it's going to develop us into the person that we are, provide us with opportunities such as it's like a new job or you're going to school or anything like that. But it sucks because worse for others. Some people can do this fine, not fine, but can handle it better than others. But I think that if you do have this issue, you can definitely not cure it, but definitely take the steps to realize and understand that what is actually happening and how to overcome it. I think for myself in particular, like, I wouldn't say I've struggled with it, but it's definitely held me back to not like fulfill my full potential. I think that for me, for example, is more the sense of like, I'm not like, I try, like a really bad habit I have is like, I try to, whenever I'm in a new situation or I have to do something, like the first, like at the beginning, I try to like, not to do the minimum amount possible, but like do what's needed to get by, in a sense of, I don't want to put myself out there too much and try something and fail miserably. But I think that, like, for my sake, like what I could improve on is doing, like, going all in, like trying to learn and trying to do whatever new situation, becoming the best at it. And at the beginning when you're trying to do that, like, yeah, you have to get comfortable with like, hey, like, I'm more than likely not going to get it at first and it's going to take time, but you have to get comfortable with failing and realizing that, hey, this is new, it's fine, you're not gonna be great at it at first, whatever it is, but taking the steps to do that, in a sense of like understanding that. And it sucks because we live in a very judgmental world, and some people aren't as understanding of that and think like, oh, they've been doing something for so many years and you come in and try to learn, you're not going to get it at first. And there's a lot of people that are understanding and can, like, are good guides and good mentors and that. And I think that's what's caused a lot of fear in people and going into new situations. The people have egos and want to put you down and this and that, and it's sad, but it's whatever. And I think it's something encouraging. Something else you could take away from this video as well is, if you're in a position to where you're teaching others, or in a situation where new people come in and you have the ability to help them and understand and teach, I think that being someone that is mature and not judgmental and being there to help someone else when they're in a new situation is also a really valuable skill as well. But anyways, I think that, don't be afraid. The first step is realizing that you're new to something and that's just the way it's going to have to be. You're not going to know it right off the bat. And even if there are expectations, you got to learn how to do something by this day or that, like, just realizing, like, doesn't mean you're going to be bad at it. You might just progress slower, and kind of being transparent with whoever you are and be like, hey, I know that I need to be at this spot by this day, or this understanding or that, but I'm progressing a little slower. But just being transparent, I think that can get you a long way too, especially if it's like you have to have something done or this or that by this deadline. And that's also the real world too, and I think people got to understand that too, is like, yeah, sometimes you do have to have stuff done by that, and that's all right. Stuff has to get done, but I think more times than not because you're doing it to be like, misleading or you're just doing it to be lazy, like being transparent, being like, hey, I need a little bit more time with this. I think most people are understanding of that. And by, if you're honest and take the time and do it the right way, I think that that'll go a long way with people, and I think they'll respect you for that. It'll improve you in the long run, and shows a lot of courage to be like, hey, I'm not doing well, or this or that, and whatever the case may be in your life. As long as you're trying and giving it your best and actually getting the stuff done and showing progression. I think that's another thing too, showing progression, not just staying at the same line, the baseline. If you can show that you're improving and understanding, some people might be slow. That's just, you're slowly improving, then all of a sudden you shoot up and you just like get it, it clicks. And I think that's, you're smarter than you think. And, at the beginning it might be slow, but then, let's say by day 5, you're supposed to understand something. And you don't, but you take the extra 2 days, and by day 7, it just clicks and you exponentially understand it at a faster rate. And that can happen. I've seen it in my life many a times. But anyways, don't let the fear of that hold you back from doing whatever it is you want to do in your life. Definitely a tough thing, a big main thing a lot of people battle with and struggle with, but just something to keep in mind, something that is important. There's just so many different ways to get around it, and so many new situations. That's another thing too, is like, this is not, once you get over it, like, yeah, you can put yourself in situations to be better, but like, you got to realize too, this is just part of life and something that's just going to happen over and over again, and being able to get better at it and adapting and learning your weaknesses and tendencies can go a long way, I think, in making you a better person, or just improving your skills in general in those kind of situations. But I don't know, that's just what's been on my mind today. Hopefully this message resonated with someone, and you can take something away from it, or whatever the case may be. But hopefully you guys are having a great weekend and all that fun stuff as usual. But what else do I want to talk? Oh yeah, the server. If you made this far, you probably are in the Discord and all that kind of cool stuff. But if you're not, you can join the Discord. We have a Minecraft server and all that. But anyways, I put a vote up to change the server from beta to current version. You can choose between either or. Vote for that in Discord. I think there's a couple days left, but whatever you guys want to do, doesn't really affect me. It doesn't bother me. I'm good for either or. I have been playing more modern. I've with a little bit slightly modded, which we might do for the server as well. Pretty much just keep it vanilla, but with kind of quality improvement mods, ambience mods, make it, I don't want to say more realistic, but more, I don't know, I guess ambient, I guess I already said that, but anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the gist of it. Go vote on that if you haven't already, and if you're new, just join Discord. It's great. We have a lot of good people, good community. It's not all centered around Minecraft, but we talk about real life stuff, that kind of stuff. But anyways, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Well, I don't really have much else to say. Don't let fear hold you back, anxiety. Figure out your weaknesses and what you can do, and have the realization that, hey, this stuff's gonna happen, and you just have to realize that you're new and that you don't understand it, but always look to improve. Don't be scared to put yourself in positions where you will fail, and always have the mindset going forward that whatever happens, you'll get better, or find a different way, or a different outcome, or whatever the case may be. But other than that, I'm going to end the video on that. God bless you all. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.